Okay, welcome again. And I realized I forgot to turn off stop streaming, stop recording on the previous episodes. So, pretty sure it worked okay, but I'll have to go back and make sure. I'm pretty sure it was fine. Anyhow, uh, right, that's what happens when you work live. You get things like that. So, last episode, I looked at getting the feed submission done and tied myself up into knots because when I went to list the feeds, it's the wrong one, here we go. When I went to list the feeds, I got nothing, and then I realized, oh yeah, right, it defaults to listing only the approved feeds, and at the time I didn't have any. Now I have one. But if I want to see all of the feeds, I have to select status all. So I think I'm going to make a fix in the code at some point soon so that the default, if you haven't selected a status, is to show both the approved and the on hold. That'll leave out the unlinked items or the retired items. I'll have to check and make sure because I don't want to list all the feeds that I've submitted in some other way. For example, by creating a post, I just want to list the feeds that are either harvested or harvesting or eligible to be harvested. I'm having a little trouble with my tongue again, so please forgive me. How weird is that? It's like, is that like, an educational technology injury? Oh, my tongue! I've injured my tongue. Yeah, all right. I have a lot of fun doing this. Even if I have 0 viewers, I have a lot of fun. I don't know if I have 0 viewers at the moment. Let's take a look. I have 1 viewer, which might not be me. So, hi, 1 viewer out there, whoever you are. Given that I'm not advertising these as I go live, that's something like a miracle. And the reason why I don't advertise them as I go live is because people would be so horribly disappointed. They might think they're getting something that they're not. This is a live stream. This is me doing actual work in real time. It's messy. I make mistakes a lot. I go down rabbit holes, whatever. So you have to be ready for that. All right, so what I want to do today in this session is make sure that the harvester is working properly. So I have my feed, my 1 feed, which is half an hour. I'll just list feed again and go to it. I don't need this anymore, so I'll close that off. If you're wondering what that was, that's inspect, and it gives me all kinds of debugging tools. Chrome has one like it, and if you're doing web development of any sort, you need to learn how to use that because that'll solve a lot of problems that are just opaque to you otherwise. All right, so the feed, remember, I submitted using the feed submission page. So let's look at that, look at the pages. So list page, and here is the page, submit feed, and I've actually, this is the confirmation. If I reload the page, I get the form again. So I just filled in this form and submitted it. Everybody in the student will, or everybody in the course will be able to do that. It's not required. Nothing is required, but you'll be able to do that. And then what should happen is the feeds that have been submitted show up on the course feeds page. So let's find the course feeds page. Here it is, course feeds. So now I'm not sure, I don't think this page has been published yet. Let's see, it's the URL for the page is coursefeeds.htm. So let's just take a quick look without. No, I know. Yeah, okay. So this is the old version. So, and again, I've got Autopub turned on. So right now, my cron system is not yet working. I haven't turned that on yet. It should be fairly straightforward. But you see, cron is not running. So it's just not running at all. I'll tend to that in another episode. But when it's running, we come back to the course feeds page. I have turned on Autopub, so in other words, automatically publish. And so I don't need to worry about keeping this page up to date. But since cron is not running, I'll have to publish it manually right now. So there we go. And now I'll reload the page. You see we've updated the template, and feeds being harvested, and I have the one, and feeds pending verification. Here's another one. So now that's this display is for participants, not for me. I of course will use Grasshopper to look at this list, but if you've submitted a feed and you're wondering about the status of it, you would go to this page. So okay, so half an hour is being harvested. Is that harvesting working? So let's go to the harvester. So where am I now? Let's go to harvest. So this is the harvester for this particular feed. I can also access the harvester more generically with the harvester admin functions. So we see here, this is the harvester admin functions, or maybe not. No, opened in the wrong window. Oh, I see what I did. Reader, editor, profile, admin. Yeah. Opening admin, please wait. Okay, there we go. Harvester. Okay, so I got a bit of a glitch there. Clearly. Still have a bit of, there we go. There's the harvester. So I want to turn on the harvester. I can set a harvester interval, how frequently we harvest. There's a default. Do I want to download audio? This is the actual audio file. No. Do I want to make a playlist? No. So this is all for audio harvesting. I'll come back to that. You see, I might get this going for the course. I might not. I don't know. And I can operate the harvester from here, view the harvester results, etc. So let's go back to the page. And let's go to the harvester. So what I want to know is the harvester working? So let's just try harvesting, and we'll see what happens. And running harvester, harvesting feed. Okay, well, that looks good. Oh, list link. Now the harvester, when it imports stuff, it imports them into the links. I've got a whole pile of links from the previous course. So why don't I should have done this first. Let's go remove all of those links because that's from another course. So I was using phpMyAdmin. Normally a person doing this would not have to do this, but I have to do this because, like I've said so many times now, I copied the entire eLearning 3.0 course, lock, stock, and barrel, into this course, and here it is. So this is all the stuff that I harvested, 7,710 individual items from that previous course. You know, people ask, well, how do you know something's effective? Well, I think if I've harvested 7,710 individual results from the feeds people provided me, that's a bit of a success. But, yeah, what do I know? All right, so operations, and we'll empty the table. Okay. All right, and now let's look and see if we've removed everything. Looks like it to me. We'll come back here, try it again, list link. No records. Perfect. Now let's come back to the feed. Oh, it's pages. Never mind. Let's go back to the feed. List feed. Half an hour. Now, because I wiped out all the links, if I harvest it, I should be able to get the links again. So let's try it. All right. Harvesting feed number 1. I don't see any data, but let's see if we got any links. List link. There we go. So 25 links. So these are all posts that, yeah, this is perfect. So these are all posts that I published in Blogger, and this is some of the content of it. It's listing them all as fresh because they're freshly harvested. The default, when I go to list the links, I can, well, there are various ways I can do that, but I can list them all, whether they're fresh or stale or whatever. There's a bunch of different statuses that they can have. See, status: fresh, posted, retired, stale, starred, unread. So these are all different ways I can think of links that have been harvested, different ways I can sort them out. As well, you notice here, change 11. Okay, so that's the list, the topic list in Blogger that I'm displaying here. So I can now, okay, so let's use change 11. Boy, that's old. I've never removed it from my topics in Blogger. I guess I've never changed. I wonder why that's all the same for all of these. That's weird. That probably shouldn't be. It doesn't feel right. Okay, so let's look at some of these links. So let's look at the most recent one, which will be here. So don't say no records. That is not right. No records. All right, so there's something wrong here with the way I'm displaying it in Grasshopper itself. So let's have a quick look inside and see what I'm trying to do. Because here's what should be happening. API should be command equals show, and table equals link, and ID equals, and then whatever the link ID is. And I can't tell just by looking at that, so I'll just look at the source. View source. View selection source. ID 23. Okay. So it's starting over with all of those, eh? Okay. Well, I think I'm going to have to truncate the graph table. So that's fine. I'll have to redo the modules. But that way I'll start with a fresh graph as well. The graph basically links everything to everything. So if like an author is associated with a link, the graph will contain that association. All right, so what did I say? 23. So ID equals 23. What am I getting? So that's what I'm getting, so that's good. That's what I should be getting. And for some reason I'm getting no record. I'll bet you it's because of that default status again. That's my best guess. So I could probably fix that by editing. Well, I can't edit this right here, but well, no, I mean, because I'm getting the result back with API. It's kind of weird. Well, let's take a quick look and see what's happening. So this is an issue with Grasshopper, the Grasshopper interface itself, and not with the harvester. And I might not actually deal with this here live because it looks like it might be a coding issue. But I just want to see if I can quickly figure out what the problem is. So I'll click here. And so here's the interaction. Let's scroll this up so I can see it a bit better. So there's the request that went in. Show ID 20 links. So let's replicate that over here. 20. Okay, so no problem. So it's harvesting fine. And let's see what the response is. The response is fine too. That's exactly what I should be getting. So, yeah, I don't know why I'm getting no records displayed here. No. Yeah, it should launch this thing in the reader, and the reader should allow me to just read through my links. So, isn't that odd? And yet it's not coming through, and yet here it is. So clearly I've received the result that I wanted. Okay, well, I'll fuss about that later because it's not essential. So, and again, it's just something to do with the interface, so we'll figure that out. But I would like to be able to come back and then be able to show you, okay, here's how I read the stuff that you've sent me. But okay, again, this is why this is not a commercial application. Although if someone wants to give me $1 million so I can hire some coders and we'll do some proper development and testing, just let me know. Okay, so how does this work now? What's the point here? Let's go to, I don't need that anymore. Let's go to the course newsletter page. So here we go. Here's the course newsletter. So these are all posts. Okay. Oh, maybe I'm saving these as posts. No, I doubt that I am. List to post. Oh, these are all my posts. Yeah. Welcome to Ethics Analytics and the Duty of Care, but that's pretty new. Oh, but I made that the other day. Right. E-Learning 3.0, and there's the end of the previous course. So, let's come back in here. I guess I wasn't using. Just trying to remember what I did last time, because these are all posts. So you can see YouTube, articles, links. Oh, DB post type equals links. So they must have been auto posting. Which would mean there was a rule, maybe? I wish I could remember how I had done that. Because, yeah, these are posts. Well, okay, never mind. I'll show you this anyways. I don't know how I'll set this up. I have a range of options here. So heading, I'll just call this links. All right, so database equals link. And I don't have a link type, so I won't worry about that. Sort equals CR date, creation date, expires equals 36, format equals email, because it's an email newsletter. And the big difference between an email format and a regular web format is that in the email format, all the CSS has to be right in the record. You can't link to an external CSS file. Okay, so what this should do is gather all the links within the last 36 hours, sort them by the creation date, display them in email format, and put the heading links above them. So what I'm going to do now is take this page, I'm going to publish this page. So there it is. So it publishes to course newsletter. It also automatically archives to a similarly named course newsletter. So let's open this up. So here's the okay, it's still kind of messy, and I don't see links, and I should see links. The title, but I don't have the links. Isn't that odd? Why don't I? So there's something weird going on, because that should have displayed the links there. One possibility is that I don't have the right view installed. So let's list my views. So these are all the different ways of displaying things. So link, different ways of viewing links, and right, I don't have a link email view format. So let's make one. Make new view. So link, link email, and we'll just put link title. Link URL, just simple as possible, right? And link description. All right, that'll do. So that's automatically saves, so I don't need to worry about that. So now let's go back to the post, to the page rather. List page, list course newsletter. Am I in the pages? Yeah. Oh, geez. I'm in the wrong website. I'll just copy that, close that. Silly. List, okay, list view. Sometimes just not too smart. Link, still no link HTML, so I'll make one here. Make view, new view. There it is. I'll use the same text I did before, and we'll call it link email. All right, so there we go. Now I'm in the right version of Grasshopper. I'll go to the page, list page. How am I doing? 15 minutes is what I've got left, and then I have a meeting and I'll have to go no matter how this is going. So course newsletter. Now let's try publishing it again, and we'll try looking at it again. And there it is. Okay. So that's pretty crappy, obviously, but you know, I can fix that. So, and I don't see the URL, so let's go back to the view and we'll make it a bit better. So where is my view? List view. More. Link HTML. Link email. There we go. Okay, so that should be link. All right, and let's put the href goes link, and we'll close it. Link title, like that, and then the description. And I can leave it like that, and then what I'll do is it's still long and convoluted, but I'll use the page to truncate that somewhat. So let's go with that. Now we'll go back to the page. So here we are. I'll edit it. So I should be able to truncate it. I forget what is my command for truncate. Oh, no advice for page code. I know I have advice for page code somewhere. Let's try my other Grasshopper where I've done stuff. Do I have it in my home Grasshopper? List page. This is from my home website that we're looking at. So here we go. Nope, no advice. I do know I have a page of advice for it somewhere. Let's try my Grasshopper PLE. And I don't have it. Come on. And code videos demo not available. Yeah, okay. I know it's out there somewhere. I just can't remember what the exact command is. I do have a help page in the distribution, but I don't have the distribution running because it's set up for Docker containers. But what I'll do is find it. It's going to be in here somewhere. Editor, harvest, languages, live modules. Not sure where I put that. Grasshopper. Control F. Yeah, make. Why don't I have make here? Oh, it's in the editor, right? Yep. Make. All right, good. Keyword. Control F keyword. Okay. Sub make. This is a really bad way to remember what I've coded, but there you have it. Page record. Script truncate. Okay. So I spell out the full word. Oops. Why did it go there? Alright, so let's truncate at, say, 150. Truncate equals 150. I'm going to separate these things by semicolons. All right, that should produce a nicer display. Page, publish. And so we've published it. Let's reload. Oh, that's the wrong page. Course newsletter. Okay. Links. Yeah, these are all the links. Right, of course they are. All right, so, yeah, duh. So let's go back in here, page, edit. Yeah, so it's going to be all the links. Oh, no, let's go into the view and give them a bit more separation so that they make a little more sense. All right, okay. Now we'll try publishing this page again. So it's, you know, making things look nice. Okay, so scroll down. There we go. So might want more than 150 characters, but here they are. Here are all the links. Now, I'm going to cheat a little bit, but just to show how this is going to work. So I'm going to go into one of these links and edit it. Make, okay, list link, if I can. Yeah, okay, so let's go to the last one down here, and I'm going to edit it. There it is. No. Oh, I can't edit it because it's not working for some reason. Oh, that's too bad. All right, well then I'll just do it this way then. I can see what's in this. We'll do it this way. So let's suppose that ethics. Okay, yeah. We'll use ethics as our keyword. Now, normally I'd use the hashtag ethics, but I'm going to just use the word ethics, and that'll do just to make sure that this is all working. So let's go back to the page. I'll edit the page. I'll come back here to my links, and now I'll have in title or description or category contains the phrase ethics. So what that's going to do is filter so that only those links with the word ethics in it, somewhere in the first 150 characters, that's what I'm going to display. So I'll try publishing my page again, and let's have a look. So here's the newsletter. And I've got a smaller list of those things that had the word ethics in it. Let's change that up. Let's say I only want the links, and I think it doesn't have to have ethics in the first 150 characters. I think it can be anywhere in there. And that's for the people. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did that. Lovely train. So let's do it like this. Now we'll come back in here, we'll edit, and we'll list only those links that refer to David Wiley. Okay. And this is why I use a semicolon as a separator, so I can put a space in here in my search term and it'll still work, he says, in theory. So now let's publish this page again. I'll take a look. And so now we see just these things. I've probably mentioned David Wiley in here somewhere. Control F, Wiley. Yeah. So So there's all kinds of things I can do with that, right? I'm using this for the newsletter, right? But I can set up what I'm going to do, because this course has a lot more content and many more references than previous courses. So what I'm going to do is import a whole bunch of links ahead of time based on my previous research. They'll just be there, right? But if we want to use them, access them, we can do searches with them, and I can create, say, a page which lists all the links from my whole bibliography that have to do with a certain subject. Now, when I'm importing from all of these references are in Zotero, so I'm going to have to write a script to import from Zotero. That should be pretty straightforward, because I'll just export as a file and then import the file and then parse it and store it. But I'm not going to have the contents of these things, right? I just have the bibliographical reference. So I'll have the title, maybe some keywords, maybe a URL, well, always a URL. So, maybe I'll set people to work, there's a thought, set people to work writing short little descriptions for some of the things. That's a good activity. I'll keep that in mind so that I have a better searchable database. Because you don't want to rely on, honestly, the abstracts that the authors write. You don't want to rely on the keywords that the authors write. And I know it's very important that the authors write these things, but what we're doing is creating our search system, our way of finding resources, which means we want to use our descriptions of these resources, which basically means our vocabulary, our way of describing things, and that will result in a better way of searching. But we have to annotate all of these manually. I could import AI and do some content summarization, but I've got like a week, so I'm not going to be doing that. So that's her. The harvester works. I got to fix this problem. So I don't know what that problem is. Kind of weird, but I'll figure it out. So after, I'll have to set cron. Cron is the system that automatically runs services like the harvester or the page updater. So it allows the course to function even if I'm not doing anything. I love cron. So that'll be probably next on our list of things to do. And then, so now I have one set of tasks anyways. So I want to upload that list of links. I need to clear out the posts and some of the other databases, but that's a minor thing. And I'll need to wipe out the graph and then redo the modules. So that's where I'm sitting right now. I've got a meeting, so I got to go. I might come back to this, I might not. Got a football game tonight, so we got to get out of here. Go Red Blacks. All right, talk to you all later.